Welcome to a new lesson on adjective intensifiers. So I'm sure you're wondering what they are. Let's get into it. Adjective intensifiers are words or phrases that make adjectives stronger. Essentially, they are going to modify the adjectives and make them more powerful and more extreme. Let's practice with a warm-up now. So, what are some adjective intensifiers for the weather or temperature? We could talk about the weather being hot or cold. But now we're going to add an intensifier word in front of hot or cold to talk about the varying degrees. For example, you could say extremely hot or kind of hot. Or if you're talking about cold, you can say it's pretty cold or very cold. So this is going to show you the different degrees in the temperature. So tell me now, go to the comments, what is the weather today near you? An example of this would be, in my neighborhood, it is extremely cold today. Some common examples are these words: very, extremely, incredibly, so, quite, really, tremendously, utterly, exceptionally, highly, and absolutely. Here's some examples. The movie was very exciting. She is extremely talented. The view from the mountain was absolutely breathtaking. He was so angry that he couldn't speak. The soup tastes really good. And here we have our adjective intensifiers highlighted. Let's dive a little deeper and see how they work. So adjective intensifiers generally appear directly before the adjective they modify. By doing so, they amplify the degree or strength of the adjective. So here's a sentence without the intensifier. The cake was sweet. Now listen to the sentence with the intensifier. The cake was incredibly sweet. Here we can see a visual example of the cake that's sweet and the cake that is incredibly sweet. Think about another adjective intensifier that we could use in front of the word sweet. Some key points are that intensifiers can make adjectives more extreme. The word very increases the degree of something, while words like absolutely or incredibly intensify it even more. Here are some examples. The test was very difficult. The test was absolutely difficult. Some intensifiers are more extreme than others. For example, so and really are common intensifiers, but absolutely or incredibly tend to suggest a higher level of emphasis. For example, she was so happy. This is strong, but it's not extreme as possible. She was absolutely happy. This indicates a very strong level of happiness. Another thing to remember is that not all adjectives need intensifiers. Some adjectives already imply a strong meaning. For example, the words perfect, huge, or terrible. And using an intensifier with these words can seem redundant or repetitive. An example of this would be, the book was perfect. There's no need to say very perfect, because the book is perfect. We don't want to repeat another word that basically means the same thing. Up next, we're diving into the 3 different types So first we have amplifiers, which increase intensity, like the words extremely, absolutely, totally, and entirely. Then we have downtoners, which decrease the intensity. These words are somewhat, rather, or fairly. And finally, our third type, we have maximizers or absolute intensifiers. These are going to express maximum intensity. These words are completely, utterly, and entirely. Now it's time to practice. You're going to spot the adjective intensifiers in the following paragraph. Please remember you only have 1 minute to read and identify these words. Good luck! Wonderful work. Here are the adjective intensifiers: extremely, absolutely, fairly, very, totally, incredibly, and completely. Hope you got them all. Next, I want you to fill in the adjective intensifiers that are missing in the following sentences. Choose them to complete the sentence. Remember, different answers are acceptable, so just do your best. Again, you have 1 minute. Awesome job. So you could have filled in these sentences with words like extremely, completely, rather, fairly, or absolutely. But please remember that other answers can be accepted as well. Just a recap, adjective intensifiers are words that are used to strengthen or increase the meaning of an adjective. They help to add emphasis and add more emotion to English. They make the adjective stronger or more intense. These words are often used to express extreme or high levels of something. Thank you so much for coming to class today. You did a great job. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more learning. It's called ESL Class for You. See you soon.